Now my cat looks way more complete. So the next step that I can take is to fill my cat with color. To do that, I can easily go and use the fill bucket tool, which is right over here, or you can use the shortcut key on the keyboard. I will pick a color for my cat, and let's say that this color seems good enough. And I'll start clicking, but you'll notice that nothing happens. But if I click on the nose, the fill bucket will color the nose, but not the cat. And that is because the fill bucket works with closed shapes. If you have a shape that it's closed around, you will be able to color it. I'm gonna make a shape over here, a circle, and I'm gonna make another one that it's not quite closed. So I'm gonna pick a different color, and I'll try to use the fill bucket tool, which is shortcut K on the keyboard, and I'm gonna click right over here, and I'll be able to fill that circle with color, but I cannot fill this one with color just because of that little tiny gap over here. So you have to keep that in mind when you're trying to color something. Whenever you try to color something, make sure it's a closed shape. Or there's another option over here that sometimes is useful but not always. In the properties bar, there's this option called gap size. You can click over here and you can pick what gap do you want the software to close for you. Let's say that I want a medium gap, and let's see if that's gonna work. Boop, there we go. Now it works. It closes that gap automatically for me. Sometimes that is useful, but sometimes it is not. It really depends on your project. You should test it out yourself and see if it works for you or not. I'll test it out right now on my cat and see if it's gonna work for my cat. So I'm gonna click over here. Nope, it doesn't work for my cat. It seems like my gap is way too big. Let's try the largest one. Nope, still doesn't work. And I really hope that you know why. If not, I will show you in a moment. Just let me erase these circles over here. So I'm going to use my selection tool, and I will click, hold and drag to select these two circles, and I will hit delete on the keyboard. Now if I move my canvas a little bit to the top, you'll notice that over here on the bottom my shape is not actually closed at all. So what I need to do is I will select my brush tool, but then I realize, I've got the wrong color, and I'm gonna hit Control or Command Z. I'm gonna go back to the swatches, and whoa, there are way too many colors over here. Which color did I use? Well, the easiest thing that you can do is use the eyedropper tool, which is right over here, or shortcut I on the keyboard, which will allow you to pick a color from your canvas. So I'm just gonna click over here on the eye, and I'm gonna pick that specific color so I can reuse it. And I'm gonna use B on the keyboard to select my brush again, and now I can start closing the gaps for my cat. Let's say that I want to close the shape of my paws like this, and right over here also. There you go. And I will need to close them like this at least, so they're like little tiny closed circles. There you go. Over here as well, and over here as well. And my tail is not closed shape as well, so I'm just gonna close it like this, and I will also close the cat on the bottom like so. And over here I will close this little tiny gap, and I'll try to see if I have any other gaps around, and I'm pretty sure that I do not have any more. So let's test it out. I'm gonna bring my cat a little bit to the top like this, and I'll try to pick my fill color again, and I will select the paint bucket tool, which is shortcut K on the keyboard, and I'll try clicking on my cat again. Boop, there you go. Now it works perfectly fine. I will also color my tail and the paws. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. Over here, I've got a line that's going to be visible in my project just because it goes inside of the stage. You can actually easily test how your animation or your image is going to look like if you go to that play button right over here. So if I click on that play button, that will make a visual representation of how my animation will look like once it's exported. And as you can see over here, there's a little line showing that I don't really like, and I will delete. I'm going to close that window. I'll select the eraser, or even better, I can just select the brush tool again while having that color, and I'm just gonna paint over that line. There we go. And maybe over here as well, just because I like the things to be perfect. And now I can try to fill the rest of the things with color. Let's say that I want the stripes to be a little bit darker color. And I'm gonna pick with the eyedropper tool, the same color as the eyes, and I will fill them with color. And I will fill these ones also, and maybe the nose. There we go. Now we have a cat character. I will not put any more details on the cat. I want to keep it fairly simple. So from this point on, we'll be focusing mostly on animating.